Hello, welcome to World Class Auditing, coming to you from Grant Thornton's World Class Auditing Studio. I'm Grace Abbott, and I'll be your host for this training program. With me is Mike Jonas, a seasoned auditor, who's here to share his wealth of technical knowledge and practical experience. Mike, please tell us more about yourself.
Thanks, Grace. Again, my name is Mike Jonas, and I'll be with you throughout this training program. As you can see from this rather embarrassing photograph, I've been around for quite some time now. I began my auditing life over 30 years ago. Back then, the major tools of the trade was 13-column paper, an adding machine, a mechanical pencil, and colored pencils for tick marks. I started with another accounting firm that shall remain nameless, but I've served clients ranging from small owner-managed businesses to large multinationals, so I understand many of the issues that you face as auditors. I also spent 3 years working for the French member firm, which gave me the opportunity to see much of Europe and sample some fine wines. More recently, my job is supporting auditors in a variety of accounting, auditing, and methodology matters.
The other person who will be joining us is Matthew Moore, a newly promoted audit partner. From time to time, Matthew will join us from his office to ask questions and share comments. Matthew, welcome to our program.
Thanks, Grace. I'm looking forward to participating in this program. Unlike Mike, I'm Grant Thornton, born and bred. I started 12 years ago, and now I'm the partner on a variety of audits. I really can't remember much about the days without email and Explorer, but I can recite all the lyrics to every Beatles song ever recorded. I can't wait to hear more about the new methodology and Voyager, and more importantly, how they'll affect my audits.
Great, Matthew. I don't think you will be disappointed. As Ken Sharp talked about earlier, we're using a new delivery method for this program to ensure there is a consistent message to all member firms, so please be open-minded and receptive to this new format. There are also some very important people in the classroom with you, the program leaders. They were chosen because of their auditing skills and experience. Their role is to lead discussions and answer questions when Mike needs a break or you need a break from him. You can support the program leaders by staying in the room. In particular, we expect the partners and managers to set the tone for the session and support the others at your table. You also show support by participating in activities. This point is key because there are many individual and table group activities, and as you know, the activities and interactions are where most of the learning will take place. Please ask questions. However, recognize that program leaders will not have all of the answers. When they don't, you should be respectful. We've asked them to not speculate. They will get the right answer and respond to you later. It may not be tomorrow or next week, but they will do their best. And last, be positive. Mike, before we move into the main part of the program, would you review the objectives of the program and the broadcast schedule so the participants will know what we will cover the next 3 days?
Absolutely, Grace. First and foremost, in this program, we want to help you implement the Horizon audit methodology with confidence. We want you to understand that Horizon is grounded firmly in the auditing standards. And we also want to help you perform high-quality audits as efficiently as possible. Of course, throughout the program, we will use case studies and exercises to demonstrate the learning points and also give you the opportunity to use Voyager. This program is intended to achieve our ultimate goal, performing world-class audits. This would be a good time to refer to the program agenda in your participant materials. Now, this morning, you will learn what it means to perform a world-class audit and use our new world-class audit tool, Voyager. The rest of the program is dedicated to showing you how to perform world-class audits, what right looks like. You may have noticed the championship round at the end of the program. Be aware that this is the final exam, and you'll be required to turn it in at the end of the program.
Thank you, Mike. Now that you've given us an overview of the program, it is important for the participants to understand something else. There will be points in the training where more experienced participants will see familiar content. Not everything we present will be new for everyone. Remember, this program was designed to train entire audit teams from staff to partner and for global delivery. As Ken Sharp said earlier, there is something for everyone in this program.
Grace, I have a question. I don't see copies of the presentation in my handouts. Are we going to get these?
Good question. To be environmentally friendly, and because it is very difficult to do in this format, we are not distributing paper copies of the training program. However, broadcast notes are included in your handouts, and other reference materials will be made available in the coming weeks, if not sooner. We will point all of these out to you during the program. And now that you know a little more about this training program, I'd like to cover a few housekeeping items. Take a moment to locate your broadcast notes. You should be seated in table groups with a combination of staff, in-charges, managers, and partners. This setup is important because you work as an audit team for some activities. You should also have Voyager and all the world-class auditing training files loaded on your computer. This includes the case files and the Voyager tour. You should also have program handouts. Now that you have an understanding of where we're headed in this program, I have a question for you. How would you best describe the current state of the Explorer and Audit Care software? The program leader will ask for a show of hands for each answer. Click the flashing button to continue. Well, I don't know how well you did, but here are the short version definitions. And the correct answer is entropy. Entropy, you say? Yes, it is a real term and describes how, over time, software becomes unstable and costly to maintain. For example, software that undergoes continuous change, such as having new functionality added to its original design, will eventually become more chaotic and disorganized. In our situation, entropy in Explorer and Audit Care created the need to build a new tool, Voyager.
Grace, I couldn't agree with you more, but let me explain it another way. You are all familiar with Explorer and Audit Care. They are like a house we've been living in for many years. When we built it, it had enough rooms to fit our needs, and it had the most up-to-date technology and design. However, over the years, we've remodeled, added new rooms, and made improvements as we needed more space and features. First, we added electronic auditing to our house. The addition of components such as sampling and inherent risk tools represented major renovations to the first floor of the house. Let's also not forget the addition of the second floor for Audit Care. These all added to our comfort and enjoyment, but also introduced instability to the house. These additions worked for quite a while. However, we reached the point where we can no longer make changes without toppling the house.
This program will give you a great foundation on how to perform a world-class audit using Voyager. However, it will take time with the new methodology and the tool to take full advantage of its benefits. To help you with this learning curve, practice aids and follow-on training to this program will be available to you. Also, there will be a Voyager software support team to answer questions and resolve issues. Let's check in with Matthew. Matthew, do you have any final questions?
Yes, Grace, I'm here. I don't have a question, but I can relate to what Mike described earlier. The move from our old Explorer and Audit Care house to the new Voyager house. Having moved house several times myself, I know it takes time to unpack and adjust to new surroundings. I'm sure the same's going to be true with Voyager. We need to plan and expect some transition time. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this will work.
Good point, Matthew. Thanks. I'm being told that we have to go to a short commercial break. Stay tuned. I'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back. Before we begin the next broadcast, let's pause for a few things. First, ask your program leader any questions you may have about the program so far. Second, if you do not have Voyager and all the related files on your computer, tell your program leader now. Third, if you are not sitting at a table with a balance of partners, managers, in-charges, and staff, tell your program leader to reseat you. Thanks very much, and I'll see you shortly.